Good morning everybody. Myself Vishvendra, I am the founder of Optimal Success Trajectory, and today I'll discuss about strain. So strain is basically related to the change in some parameter of a body divided by the original parameter. Suppose you take a rod and you apply external force on it in a normal direction. So its length changes. So that change in length per unit original length is the longitudinal strain. Suppose in another case you apply force parallel to the surface of a cube, and because of that force, shape of the upper face gets changed. It drifts by a distance x. So x upon L is the tangential strain. Now suppose you apply force on a solid, and suppose that a solid is being put in a liquid. So forces will act on it in a normal direction. So the magnitude of force, and suppose that the volume before the application of force is V, and after force is applied the volume becomes V minus delta V. So minus delta V by V is the volumetric strain. Strain is a unitless and dimensionless constant. It has got same dimensions as that of angle, refractive index, etc. So let's see things in proper perspectives. So we have strain. Strain is a scalar quantity. It has got dimension as n0, n0, t0. It is a unitless and dimensionless quantity, and it has same dimensions as that of angle. And as I already said, it is defined as change in parameter divided by the original parameter. It is similarities of three types, and one important concept about strain is it is related to elastic potential energy of a stretched string. जब आप किसी string को stretch करते हैं, so potential energy gets stored in that. So strain in a way is related to that potential energy, which we will see in my next video. It is of three types. The first is longitudinal. Suppose there is a rod of length L, you apply force and length becomes L plus delta L. So the longitudinal strain is delta L by L. Similarly for tangential strain, suppose this is a cube, you fix the lower face of the cube and apply a force in tangentially to the upper surface, and suppose that this face, this G point comes over here G dash, this H point comes over here H dash, and suppose this entire face gets shifted like that. This is suppose F dash and this is suppose E dash. So suppose this angle is theta, and suppose this perpendicular length is L. So the tangential stress is defined as the change in length in the direction of tangential force divided by the perpendicular length, x divided by L. And from the triangle you can see that it is equal to tan theta, and for very small angle we know that tan theta is equals to theta. Next is volumetric strain. Suppose there is a solid object and which is dropped in a fluid. So forces will act normal to the surface, and suppose after the application of force, this is the original volume V, and after the application of force the volumes become V minus delta V. So the volumetric strain is minus of delta V by V. So in this way we can make the you can say the mind map for the strain, so that you learn things effectively. The question is that when you appear for solving your questions, information must be stored in your mind in a systematic way. Suppose you are solving a question on a strain and somebody asks you about tangential strain or the volumetric strain. So if you have studied in terms of paragraphs and in terms of lines and big huge paragraphs, then you won't be able to retrieve the needed information. Stories will come to your mind. We don't need stories. When you solve a question, you have so little time, so you just need to learn in a way so that you are able to retrieve the desired information for which mind map works. So I think in this way you can prepare yourself effectively. Thank you and have a nice day.